All right, peace and blessings, everyone. I'm not going to be on here long. Just came on to voice my opinion about the so called impeachment of Donald Trump. Now, here's the thing about the so called impeachment of Donald Trump. Whether he gets impeached or not, to me, it really doesn't matter. It's not relevant as far as I'm concerned as it pertains to the black community. And here's why. He is not the first president to do the things that he's done, and he won't be the last. But the problem that I have with this whole impeachment fiasco is this. That man does not run the government in this country. He does not run the United States government. The government is a conglomeration of many different factions that come together to run the government. One man cannot take his opinion, his authority, and that be the order of the day. Whatever he has done, whatever he has said, it has been by the permission of this government. He is only a spokesperson. He is only the face of the government. He is not the one that is in charge of putting things out as far as protocols to make the government run in the fashion that it runs. Now, when it is concerning black people, the problem that I have with us is this. We're ready to get this dude impeached. All of the motherfuckers should have been impeached. Every last president from the first all the way up to this president. Why? Because they did not do what they were supposed to do according to their constitution. Now, even though that constitution was not for us, it was not by us in a sense. Nonetheless, it was still a constitution that is supposed to be the foundation for this country. And they've always broke some of those laws as it pertains to that constitution when it comes to the governing of this country. So when it comes to black people, we have this fantasy that if we can somehow get some righteous person to sit in this seat, that is going to make it better for us. Some of y'all need to get your head up out your ass because you're living in a fairy tale land. Y'all dealing with some Peter Pan shit. The only way that you're going to truly be free is if you break away from this system completely. There's no such thing as, okay, let's fix some things in it so that it can work in our favor. It doesn't work like that. When you're in someone else's home, someone else's house, you have to abide by their rules. There are only going to be probably 2 or 3 places where you're going to be able to do what you want to do in another person's house. One of those places is you have access to the bathroom. The other place is you're going to have access to where they're going to be entertaining. And other than that, that's pretty much it. There may be a third place, and that depends on how everything is going in the house as far as them having multiple people over there and there are different things going on in different rooms. But usually it is usually reserved to 2 rooms. The bathroom, because people are going to have to use the bathroom, and where they're going to be entertaining. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because of this. That's what we're dealing with here in the United States. This is not our house. So when it comes to the government, you're only going to get what the fuck they want you to have. You can petition them all day. You can vote. You can do this, that, and the third. They're going to give you what they want to give you instead of giving you what you deserve. And for us as black people, we're sitting back waiting to see, okay, are they going to impeach him? Who the fuck cares? In what way does it change anything? Everybody, you got gassed up over Obama and by saying he was the first black president, which y'all fell for that shit. He was not the first black president. Y'all keep forgetting this man's father was black. His mother was white. You cannot exclude that part of who he is. He was a mixed president. And he was not the first mixed president to sit in that damn seat. But if some of you would do your fucking research, as far as history is concerned, as it pertains to this country and as it pertains to black people in general, then some of you dumbasses would have already known that, and you wouldn't have been gassed up as far as saying that, oh, we got a black president now, and he's going to do this and he's going to do that. He is bound by the same rules that Trump is bound by, that all of these presidents are bound by. And he's like that red herring or that smoking mirror, meaning they give you one thing to look at and you're focused on this over here. But over here on this side, this is where the real action is at. This is where the real shit is going on at. So while y'all focused on whether they're going to impeach this dude, this is where you need to be looking at. And by the time they get finished with what's going on over here, then what's over here is already set in motion, already in play. And then when the shit comes out, we're sitting back scratching our fucking scalps like, where did this shit come from? Y'all fall for some of the dumbest shit that I've ever seen in my entire life. Stop falling for the goddamn okie doke. We do that all the time. We get gassed up over some shit. We come to life for a few moments in time, and then we go right back to damn sleep. So if he is impeached, so what? Where does that leave us as far as what we need to be doing for ourselves? Stop waiting for a fucking savior to come out of the goddamn sky or even from up under the goddamn ground to save you. Our job is to save ourselves. What's wrong with us having our own government? We have enough people, enough intelligent black men and black women to start up our own government, to have our own rules, our own laws, our own constitution. So why is it that we keep looking to these people and their way of life and their laws and their constitution to save us, to let us sit at the table to get the fucking crumbs from the table, when we can always bake our own pie? We have the ingredients. The ingredients is every black man, woman, and child. And when we start looking at it in that fashion, then we can excel. That's the way all the other races look at it. Look at what the Mexicans have done since they started coming back over here. They don't sit back and wait for somebody to give them shit. Half of them probably don't even know what the fucking Constitution is and could care less about it. They come over here and they fucking build. Everybody is building except for us. We're too busy running around playing goddamn politics, and we don't even understand what the fuck politics really is. And that's how they always get over on us. So stop with the shenanigans, man. Stop with the tomfoolery. Who cares whether this dude gets impeached or not? Is that going to change the plight of what has been going on for the past 500 years with black people? The shit that they've done to us in the beginning is the same shit that they're doing to us now. You have people who are posting things on social media about the kidnapping of black women, the kidnapping of black children, the kidnapping of black people for organ harvesting. This shit is not new. You have black men, black women who have been killed by the police. That shit is not new. They were doing that back with the slave patrols. You have other things that have gone on that were done in slavery that are still being done in what we call modern times now. The shit has not changed. The only thing that has changed is that we have the technology now to get this shit out to the people faster than what we could back then. Back then it was word of mouth. But that doesn't mean that the shit wasn't going on. It's been going on. It has always gone on. They've just gotten more sophisticated about the shit. And the only thing that's more sophisticated about how we get the info now is the technology. Other than that, what the fuck has changed? So when you hear the phrase, make America great again, or people wearing the MAGA hats, and that ain't just white people that are wearing MAGA hats. You have black folks that are wearing the hats too. I can understand white folks wearing those hats. I do not understand a person of color, especially a black person, wearing a MAGA hat, because now you have to ask yourself, when the fuck was America great for black people? At what point in time in history was it great for black people? What decade was it great for black people? Now, did we have some people, and do we have some people that have made leaps and bounds as far as this culture is concerned, this country is concerned? Of course. But the black nation as a whole in this country has not prospered like that. Everyone else has prospered like that. There are people who are coming in this country who are just getting in this country, probably haven't even been here for 20 or 30 years. And they're outdoing us. And we've been in this motherfucker for 500 goddamn years. And you niggas keep, let me stop using that term. You people who are supposed to be black people keep looking at this thing like we can keep doing it the way that we're doing it and we're going to get great results. They say that the definition of insanity is constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again, thinking that you're going to have a different outcome. And that's what we keep doing. When you guys talk about going to vote, voting is good, depending on how you look at it. If you're on a local level, you can get more things done on a local level than you can on a national level. But even if we take it to a national level, we don't study all of these other groups that have come in a short period of time and have gotten everything that they wanted. Everything that they brought to the table, they got it. How did they do that? So when a person comes up to me and they're like, you know, are you voting? And I say no, and they look at me weird or funny. Hell, I look back at them the same way, because I'm like, well, is that all the fuck we gonna do is just damn vote? What is your plan? Map that shit out for me. How are you gonna make this individual do what you want them to do? What is your contingency plan if they don't do that? Now, you hear people talk about, you know, you have to buy these politicians, and that may be true. I don't know. I'm just going off of what I've heard. I've never, ever seen the shit happen. But I'm willing to bet it's probably true. That's how a lot of these people have gotten the things that they've gotten, because they put up money. They back their campaign. But we don't do shit like that. Hell, we can't even come together to support black-owned businesses, let alone a fucking candidate. So when they move this dude out of office, which I don't think is going to happen, but if it does, oh well. And they put someone in his place, whether it's a male or a female, then what? How are you going to make them do what you want them to do? Are they going to give us reparations? Are they going to reverse all of the things that they have done to us historically, all the way up until modern times? Are they going to change that? What protocols are they going to implement to the point where a people that they've devastated mentally, spiritually, physically, what protocols are they going to put into place that's going to help fix that and help mend that, so that we can become a whole people again? And if they don't do anything about that, what the fuck are y'all gonna do? Run out and vote again? How do you make someone do something that they don't want to damn do? If they haven't done anything for us in the past 500 goddamn years, what makes y'all think they're gonna do something now? A trickster is gonna always perform tricks. A magician always perform what is called an illusion, and y'all fall for this shit all the damn time. The time now is to come up out of that. We are in a position now to where there are a lot of black folks who are waking up. Hell, even some of the kids are waking up. But some of you idiots that want to stay asleep and keep doing things that are detrimental to our community as a whole, that keeps holding us back, or like if we take 5 steps forward, hell, y'all send us back 20 goddamn steps. Y'all gotta go, man, because you're holding us up. Now, we're hoping that you're gonna wake up. We're hoping that we don't have to take drastic measures. And drastic measures could involve anything, meaning cutting you off. Hell, some people may even take it as far as just taking you off the planet. But whatever the case may be, you are detrimental to what we're trying to do. And just to put the love out there, no black man, no black woman who is conscious wants to get rid of any of our people who are not conscious. But if you keep bringing this type of attitude to the movement to try to get us free, then sooner or later you're going to be dealt with. We would like to not have to go that route because we need all of y'all. We love all of y'all, but you got to stop with the tomfoolery. You got to stop with that because there's too much at stake now. And whether this dude gets impeached or not, that ain't even our fucking problem. That's white folks shit. How does the saying go? When Satan begins to cast out Satan, his kingdom can no longer stand. Well, that's what's happening now. We don't have no fight in this particular fight. Let them people do what the fuck they got to do. That's their problem. That's not our problem. Our problem is building our own shit and sustaining that. And if you're not about that, then you have to look at it this way. You're either part of the solution or you're part of the fucking problem. And me, I choose not to be a part of the fucking problem. I want to be part of the goddamn solution. So with this whole impeachment thing, man, those are fucking smoke and mirrors. Stop looking at that shit like that. If they impeach this fool, then let him get impeached. If they don't impeach him, who the fuck cares? Who cares? What are y'all waiting on? You're going to take one devil that you think is the worst damn devil that you can get and replace him with a devil that's a little softer? It makes no sense. None whatsoever. So when it comes to politics, start learning about how politics actually works. I have a book that I got from college, still have the book. It's called Constitutional Law. And it is a requirement as far as studying in the criminal justice field. You have to learn this material. This is an actual class called Constitutional Law that shows you the inner workings of the damn government. So when I hear people talk about Trump this, Trump that, I'm like, yo, it's not just him. He can say a lot of the rhetoric bullshit that he says, but when it comes to the inner workings of the government, he doesn't control that shit. Does he have a say-so with certain things? Yes. But the totality of what the government stands for, he doesn't run that. He does not control that. You have the legislative, the judicial, and the executive branch. You have the House of Representatives. You have Congress. You have the Senate. You have all of these things that come together that run this government. So if you're going to impeach him, if you want to get rid of him, then get rid of all of the motherfuckers that are sitting on these seats or in these particular factions of the government that help implement these protocols that you don't like as black people. So don't just stop or start and stop with Trump. You get all of them motherfuckers out, whether they are black, white, brown, red, yellow, doesn't matter, because all of them come together to do what the fuck has been done in this country, not only to fuck up black people, but other races in this country as well, including white folks. So that's what I wanted to come on here and say. And like I always say, you know, it's shit that I have to get off my chest because I'm not trying to be one of those people, man, always running to social media and posting shit. 9 times out of 10, I try to post some shit that I think is relevant, that I think people need to hear, whether they listen to the shit or not. But the tomfoolery, man, y'all got to stop with that shit. So whether this dude getting impeached or not, who the fuck cares? Do what you got to do to build up the black community, build up a black society, and all of this shit that we see going on that is outside of us, that really doesn't have shit to do with us. It won't affect us. Why? Because now we got our own. That goes back to that house that I was talking about. You don't try to control someone else's house. You go build your own house. That's just like with children. Children don't like the rules of their parents. And what do we always tell them? If you don't like my damn rules, then get the fuck out. So when they get out and they get their own shit, they're free now. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do and how they want to do it. Say what they want to say and come in the house anytime that they please. Why? Because they have their own. They're not trying to change what the fuck is going on over here in your house because they're trying to get the fuck out of your house. That's what we need to be doing. The Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey told us this. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told us this. Dr. Ben was telling us this. All of the great scholars, all of those great Christs that have come along to tell us, come up out of America in her wicked ways. They've been telling us this for years. You all need to listen. And if you don't listen and we keep going through shit, you have no right to talk. If you're not trying to get the fuck out. Stop trying to change some shit that cannot be changed. This regime is going to fall. All of the great nations have failed. Egypt, Rome, Greece, all of them have fallen because they were wicked, because they did things that they were not supposed to be doing, or because the things that they were doing that made them great, they took that shit and perverted it some kind of way. And when it comes to Egypt, that's a little bit different because we had people to come in and usurp Egypt and change Egypt from what it was to something that we couldn't even fucking recognize. And that was from a political point of view, a spiritual point of view, even down to a physical point of view. So Egypt gets a pass on that. But nonetheless, all of those great nations fell. And this is going to fall too. So let's start doing what needs to be done, man, to get free. Do what you got to do to get free. Do what you got to do to make sure that your children and your children's children and their children will have something that they can believe in, love being in, and have a nation of their own to where they can say, I'm proud to be a part of that nation. And if you're not trying to do that, then yo, you're wasting goddamn time and you're part of the problem. And that's pretty much all I got to say. So, you know, you can take it or you can let it alone. Other than that, you know, I don't give a fuck about the impeachment. I didn't care about this motherfucker when he was put in office, and I don't give 2 cents about his ass now. But can you learn some shit from him? Yeah, because he said some shit that was not so far over the top, and I'm not gonna get into that. He said some things that were some truthful shit, but because y'all are focused on the other bullshit that he said instead of the things that he said that were relevant, that made sense, this shit went over your fucking head. So from now, instead of doing a whole lot of talking, sit back and listen, analyze, dissect. Then take that shit, flip it to the point where, okay, I can take this, I can throw this out, I need this, I can leave that alone. And we'll be better as far as dealing with politics and the people who run politics or run government. So that's pretty much all I got to say, man. And, you know, as far as this whole impeachment thing, and I'm out. Peace.